What is up guys, Munash here, and we are back with more Alliance War. This is the second war of Season 20, and it was quite an interesting one for me. I did 4 fights with Quake, 4 with Doom, and then 1 big fight with Nick Fury. So yeah, that's who I'm going with today, and I'm gonna jump on to part 6 as I usually do. And this is a stubborn war. But first up we have this Magik with Strike Back and Aggression Fury. So this should be a pretty simple Quake fight as long as you don't get hit, of course. Especially due to Aggression Fury, because they can stack relatively quickly and then you're going to be taking a lot of damage even through block. But yeah, fortunately it's not a long fight, a class advantage, rank 5 5-star Magik. Doesn't take long with Quake, so less chance to mess up. And I do occasionally just drop my heavy attack just to remove one of those Furies for good measure. You know, I just like being a little bit safe sometimes. In case I were to get hit, at least I wouldn't take too much damage. But yeah, it's a very simple Quake fight, so that's not a problem. And now we have a Warlock with Power Focus 1 and Power Alternator. So another fight that Quake is pretty good for. Basically ignores all those nodes and Warlock's abilities since he doesn't make contact. So yeah, I'm not gonna do a lot of talking throughout all the fights just because I feel like I've basically done it already in previous war videos. Like I've Quaked Warlock at least 20 times in Alliance War, so you know, usually the commentary is the same, so there usually isn't much to add. You know, especially when it's a very simple fight like this. Just heavy decks, don't have to worry about stubborn or any of the nodes. But yeah, we'll have more to say when the fights are a bit more interesting, or when something unusual happens, or just a fight that I'm very new to. Like I haven't done that fight quite a lot, so can usually add on to that. So yeah, that was section 1 done. I didn't have to do any fights on the middle along the path to section 2. So now moving on, we have a Silver Surfer with Rage and Enhanced Fury. And I've already applied a 20% champion boost just before I started recording. And now I'm going to go in with Doom since, you know, he's got class advantage and Silver Surfer's got a lot of buffs. Doom is good with buffs. So yeah, it should be pretty good for this fight. The only annoying thing about Surfer when using Doom is that he does sort of have that slow sort of phase-like mechanic where every time you knock him down, when he gets up, you can't actually hit him until he's fully upright. So I did try doing it there one time, but I fortunately had a special 3 ready, so I was able to throw it before you could hit me. The other slightly annoying thing is that he doesn't take damage from Incinerate debuffs or Shock debuffs, so you know, Doom's not going to be doing the best damage over time against him. And due to the Rage node, he already has a damage cap of about 3000, I think. But still, it's not too difficult of a fight with Doom as long as you can manage it pretty well. I do want to get the 2 Furies just to make sure that I'm always triggering Rage, because then at least I have a lot more buffs to nullify, which means I can get to my special attacks a little bit faster. So yeah, still a pretty good matchup for Doom. Doesn't take too long. And he goes down. And now we have Dormammu with aggression prowess and power focus 2. So this is another very straightforward Quake fight. Got class advantage, and Dormammu's got relatively low physical resistance, so the aftershock damage should be quite good against him. I mean, it's not as low as Squidward's, but it's still fairly low compared to a lot of other champs. I just find it funny that some of these champs who as characters are so powerful have such basic weaknesses. Alright, and now we have Black Widow, Deadly Origin, and she has Ebb and Flow Intercept, Redoubled Determination, and Crumbling Armor. So this is a champ that I've never fought in Alliance War. In fact, I think I've only fought her in event quests. So I wasn't really familiar or knowledgeable with the matchup, and her animations are a little bit weird sometimes, but I figured Doom should still do pretty well, because at least if I do get hit, I won't take any shock damage since he's immune. And having that high crit resistance also helps. So there I tried to go in so yeah, that was a bit of a slip up, but we're still in this fight, didn't take that much damage. And I'm actually just gonna ignore the Ebb and Flow Intercept node. I'll just do the whole fight with the damage reduction, because it's really not that bad. Doom still hits pretty hard. The fight shouldn't take that long. So here I did my double medium, triple light, double medium combo, and managed to get 2 bars of power after throwing my special 1. So now I want to get another special 3. And there, the heavy attack hit me, because I actually didn't even notice that was a heavy attack. Like, I'm thinking maybe she's starting a new combo or a special, but yeah, I'm just really not familiar with the animations yet. But I had the aura up, so I resisted the heavy attack. Again, a perfect lineup of power, so I can get 2 bars of power after my special 1. Incinerates are still doing decent damage despite the damage reduction node, and she goes down. So yeah, not the cleanest fight with Doom, but still nothing too difficult. Okay, and now for the last section, I'm gonna apply an invulnerability boost because we have this Vision Aarkus, and he has this return policy node which basically allows him to gain 40% of a bar of power every time you nullify any of his buffs. And also has Rage, which just means you won't be doing as much damage as you usually would. And so I'm going to use Doom for this one, because he's generally a very good Vision Aarkus counter, although this fight was a little bit more tricky because of that return policy node. So I actually did end up taking some special 3s. But that invulnerability boost allowed me to mitigate all the damage. So now I want to beta special 2 just to make sure that, you know, when I do nullify, He doesn't get too much power yet. And Vision Aarkus is already a champ who has resistances to power control in his base kit. So I can't even get him to 3 bars of power and then drain that. And here I was hoping that I would get to 3 bars of power before he throws a special 3, but unfortunately not. Like literally just before I did, he decides to throw it. So yeah, I'm gonna take this one. Okay, now I can give him my own. And I think in order to do this fight a little bit more cleaner, like without relying on the special 3 defense boost, I would actually need to bait specials a lot more. And there I figured I probably won't get to that 3 bars of power before he does, so I figured I'm just gonna throw the special 2. Hopefully does some decent damage with the incinerates, because now at least I do have 2 furies. And then I just decided to throw my special 1 right afterwards, just sort of because I had like nothing else to do. Because he's eventually gonna throw his special 3 anyway. But I was hoping I could at least maybe sneak in a power drain on him. But yeah, I can still take another special 3, so it's not too bad. Okay, and he goes down. Okay, now for the final stretch of the war, I'm gonna put on some big boy boosts. Mainly just the greater champion boost, and then a standard health boost and lesser attack. Okay, so now we have Sorcerer Supreme with Hurt Locker, Power Focus 1, Enhanced Special 1, and Power Drain on special attacks. And she is a defensive champ, so she can trigger that indestructible. So Doom should be able to manage this one pretty well as well. And fortunately, her special attacks aren't the hardest to evade. I just like to give myself some space to make the special 1 a lot easier. Okay, so now I'll throw a special 3. And she's actually going down quite steadily even before we have the Fury. So there I did a medium, light, medium, and then a medium, light, 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 medium combo. And I probably shouldn't have thrown the special 1 there just because it didn't really drain much of her power since she didn't have more than 2 bars. And also at this stage I realized that she can nullify the Fury buff, so I probably don't need to throw special 3s anymore. I can just cycle between special 1 and special 2. You know, to get the aura, drain some power. And also just to deal with the Hurt Locker node. And I actually find it fun to play Doom like this, you know, where you can just cycle between special 1 and special 2 quite quickly. The only thing is I didn't quite get the perfect lineup with the power steal, because she usually has just below 3 bars of power whenever I throw a special 1. It's only at the end where she had 3 bars, but at that stage she was already going down. And now the last mini boss is going to be Vision, with Aspect of Evolution, Enhanced Special 2 bias, and Improved Power Gain, which is the main annoying node for this one. I checked his SIG level, and because it's a SIG 200 vision, I decided that I probably need to use the invulnerability boost for this fight. Because I am going to use Quake for it. So because of improved power gain and him being SIG 200, he basically starts the fight with 3 bars of power. And every time he synthesizes, he's going to gain 3 bars of power. So yeah, I will be taking some more special 3s in this fight. I probably could have used Doom for this fight as well, if I started with the special 1 as in the power start boost. Then I could have just drained his power to start the fight, get to my special 3 and then manage him from there. But honestly, I just felt more comfortable using Quake because I've done this fight a lot more times with her. And I've never actually tried Doom for this one. Maybe I will next time, because I have so many of those power start boosts. Okay, so that's the second special 3. And usually Quake's concussion will prevent him from synthesizing any power. But it can sort of sneak in when you don't have the concussion up. And once again, another special 3, and wow. Like, I usually don't take this much in one fight. I usually just take 1 or 2. But yeah, all the more reason to have that boost active. So now I can only take 1 more special 3 and survive. I don't know, maybe 2. I'm not sure how much damage it would do without the boost. But I know I can take at least 1 more. Although I won't need to. Okay, stare at him, and then finish him off with the medium. Alright, so now we have the last fight, the main event, a rank 3 Mojo boss. And this one I'm definitely going to use Nick Fury. And I actually didn't even realize it was a rank 3 until I got to the fight, and I said, okay, let me just also throw in some skill boosts as well, since I hardly ever get to use them. But yeah, my Fury is pretty stacked right now, so he should be able to do some pretty good damage without relying on his real phase. So I go in and I want to bait a heavy attack to get an opening. And the nice thing about being a stubborn boss instead of a flow boss is that with Nick Fury being a defensive champ, he does benefit from stubborn tactics, so I can actually block quite a lot in this fight without taking too much damage because I have that perfect block chance. And obviously Mojo won't be getting any power whenever I do crit, which I suppose makes the fight a little bit easier. Though you can always just parry to remove it. Okay, now he has that anti-life field, so what I actually want to do is avoid hitting him. Because if I hit him, I'm going to lose the dexterity buff, then I will trigger that degen on me. So I'm actually just going to wait it out before I do my next combo. And yeah, fortunately I fought a couple of Mojo bosses with Nick Fury, so this fight wasn't actually too difficult for me. Just that it's a really stacked Mojo, so I wanted to make sure that I can get it done in one go. And I actually do prefer dexing special 2 because I can dex it from pretty much anywhere. Whereas the special 1, if I'm cornered like that, then I can't actually fully evade it, so that's actually why I prefer the special 2. So once again, wait out the anti-life build, just to make sure I don't take any degen, and he's going down fairly steadily, and I'm not even in the real Nick Fury stage yet. And there's still plenty of time on the clock, and I have most of my health, so Nick Fury can actually solo this fight without being awakened. And at this stage, that's kind of what I was trying to do. I was trying to get him down without using my decoy. But unfortunately, I had some bad luck or bad timing with the anti-life field, as in it sort of comes back just as I want to start my new combo. and I just couldn't react to it fast enough. But it means already at 19% and I still have 46% left. Okay, we're out the anti-life field, and here it happened again where I just baited it out. I baited a heavy attack, and as soon as I dexed it, it came back. So at this stage I'm like, okay, well, he's basically done now. So let me just play a little bit more freely and just try to get him down quickly. So literally what I had to do was one more combo, basically one more light attack in the real Nick Fury stage, and then he goes down. Like the bleed on that was just doing a lot of damage already. But just throw the special 2 for good measure, and he goes down. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed that fight. It just felt good to take down such a stacked Mojo boss with my favorite 6-star right now. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this war video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.